Before we begin, I want you to imagine something. Picture yourself holding a stack of cash, crisp, fresh, the kind of money that feels safe just because you can see it. Now, imagine that same money sitting quietly but losing value every single day. Not because you spent it, not because you invested it, but simply because the world changed around it. That's the truth nobody tells you. Cash doesn't stay still. It quietly shrinks. Inflation eats it. Markets weaken it. Policies reshape it. And while you're holding on tight thinking you're being safe, your money is silently slipping out of your hands. But here's the twist. The wealthy, they know this, and they don't store their money in cash. They store it in fortresses. Fortresses that protect their value, multiply their strength, and shrug off storms that destroy average savings. In this video, we're going beyond the obvious. We're not just listing assets. We're exploring 6 powerful wealth fortresses, hidden in plain sight, safer than cash, more stable than currency, and trusted for generations. These aren't everyday terms. We'll talk about the silent guardian, the patriotic shield, the market web, the earthly fortress, nature's wealth, and the locked vault. Each one holds a secret. Each one protects wealth in ways cash simply cannot. So tighten your grip, because by the end of this journey, you won't just understand where the wealthy put their money, you'll understand why they never let it sit in cash. Let's begin. 1. The Silent Guardian, High-Yield Savings Accounts. Meet the Silent Guardian, calm, patient, almost invisible, but always working. This is your high-yield savings account. Unlike ordinary savings, it quietly grows your money while remaining liquid, safe, and accessible. Imagine it as a still pond in a quiet forest. The water doesn't move aggressively, but underground springs feed it continuously. Over time, the pond grows deeper, healthier, richer. If you put $10,000 in a normal account at 0.5% interest, after 5 years, almost nothing changes. Put it in a high-yield account at 5% interest, and suddenly that same $10,000 grows to over $12,700. Not flashy, not risky, but the difference? It's your first shield against the silent thief called inflation. Ask yourself, if cash is like a seed left on a windowsill, would you rather leave it there or plant it in a pond fed by a hidden stream? The Silent Guardian isn't glamorous. It doesn't make headlines, but it protects. And before you reach for riskier adventures, your foundation should be solid. 2. The Patriotic Shield, Government Bonds. Next is the Patriotic Shield. Sturdy, reliable, backed not by walls or vaults, but by trust in a nation itself. Government bonds are essentially loans you give to a government. In return, the government pays interest. Predictable, steady, disciplined. Imagine your money marching into battle clad in armor labeled "Backed by the Nation." It doesn't run into wild swings or crashes like stocks. It just stands, holding value, earning small but consistent rewards. Safety. Governments are unlikely to default. Predictability. You know your interest ahead of time. Inflation protection. Certain bonds adjust for inflation, keeping your money's purchasing power intact. During periods of economic uncertainty, billions flow into treasury bonds. Why? Because people want a fortress their cash cannot erode through storms. Think of bonds as a slow-moving river, not flashy, not wild, but strong enough to carry your wealth downstream, safe and intact. 3. The Market Web, Index Funds and ETFs. Now let's step into the hive, the market web. Imagine a network of bees all working together, spreading risk, gathering nectar. Each B is a company in an index fund. Alone, a B can fall, but together they create strength. Index funds and ETFs do this with money. Instead of betting on one company, you buy small pieces of dozens, hundreds, or even thousands. Diversification reduces individual risk, collective growth, markets tend to rise over long periods, and passive resilience works while you sleep. If you'd invested $10,000 in a total market index fund 20 years ago, it could easily have grown to over $90,000, while cash sat almost flat. Your money becomes part of a living web, dynamic, resilient, self-reinforcing. It grows in places cash cannot touch. Would you rather watch one tree grow or be part of an entire thriving forest? 4. The earthly fortress, real estate. Enter the earthly fortress, solid, grounded, tangible. This is real estate, land, buildings, homes, assets you can touch, see, and use. Unlike cash, which slowly fades, property generally appreciates over time, and it can generate income along the way through rent, leasing, or development. Imagine your money as a castle. Each brick represents a unit of wealth fortified against inflation. Over decades, the castle grows stronger. Tangibility, physical asset, income generation, rent or leases. Hedge against inflation. Property values often rise as money loses purchasing power. Investors who bought property in growing cities decades ago not only retained value, they multiplied it. Cash in a drawer couldn't compete. Would you rather keep wealth in a paper wallet or build a castle that earns rent while standing tall for decades? 5. Nature's wealth, precious metals. Now meet nature's wealth, ancient, timeless, universally valued. This is gold, silver, platinum, the treasures the earth created over millennia. Scarce, beautiful, unforgeable. People have trusted these metals for thousands of years. Hedge against crisis, works when currencies fail. Scarcity, cannot be easily duplicated. Global trust, recognized everywhere. Imagine your money taking the form of golden seeds buried in the soil. Even if the storms rage, these seeds cannot rot. Over centuries, their value remains. Ask, if money is water that evaporates, wouldn't you want a part of it to be like gold, timeless and unmelting? 6. The locked vault. Certificates of deposit or fixed deposits are time-locked fortresses. You commit your money for a period, and the bank rewards patience with guaranteed interest. Predictable. You know the outcome. Low risk. Very safe. Time discipline. Encourages saving, prevents rash spending. Imagine a treasure chest with a key. The chest is immovable, locked tight, but inside it, your wealth grows steadily. Cash feels safe, but in reality, it is a sleeping giant that slowly loses strength. The fortresses we have explored today, the silent guardian, the patriotic shield, the market web, the earthly fortress, nature's wealth, and the locked vault, aren't just concepts. They are tools, strategies, and mindsets that anyone can use to make their money work for them instead of watching it quietly vanish. So here's my challenge to you. Don't let this video end here. Comment below and tell me which fortress of wealth resonates with you most. Share this video with someone who's still holding all their money in cash. You might just change how they see their financial future. And if you want more insights, strategies, and stories that turn money into power like this video, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a step towards smarter wealth. Remember, your money deserves more than a drawer. It deserves fortresses. And the first step? Deciding where to plant it. Your future self will thank you.